all men are created equal. It's an often quoted saying. I think it's fair to say, if you look around the world, not everybody is a Mozart, not everybody is a great speaker, not everybody has equal gifts. So that would imply that the statement is totally untrue. I looked up on a Google search to see what it actually said and where it comes from. And the thing to remember is, they're only stories. There's two definitions. It's a constitution, a body of fundamental principles or established precedents according to which a state or other organization is acknowledged to be governed. And secondly, the composition of something, the genetic constitution of a species. The quotation, "All men are equal," is found in the United States Declaration of Independence. The final form of the sentence was stylized by Benjamin Franklin and penned by Thomas Jefferson during the beginning of the Revolutionary War of 1776, where they're only stories. So looking round the world, that statement would seem not to be true. So I'm going to offer you an alternative, a deeper meaning to what that really means. And the answer is provided in nature. Look at trees. Are they created equally? Just have a think about this. Anything you look at, anything that is living, would seem not to be equal. You can have dogs of different sizes. You have the alpha male dog that will try and dominate the smaller dogs. So clearly they're not equal. The only things that are equal would be something that's manufactured, like a plastic plant pot, or anything that is machine processed. So where can we look for the answer? I would suggest that you go inward for this one and you look to nature for the answer in this. All men, and that includes men and women, because we're talking about the generic term of men. So what about the US Declaration of Independence, or independence? So it's us. Nothing to do with this external world in its real metaphysical meaning. I suggest you look at the mission statement to this channel. The United States of Love. Not the United States, not some political boundary, but the states of the mind, the state of the heart. It comes back to nature. A tree will provide its seed. But do all those seeds grow? Does it not depend on the conditions of the soil? Everything is about terms and conditions. Well, the conditions of the soil will determine whether that seed grows. So I would suggest that all men that are created equal refers to the seed inside you in your solar plexus. Now, depending on the soil that seed is planted will depend on whether that seed grows. So that seed is created equal. But what you send down from the mind, the thoughts that you create, that changes the chemical constitution of your physical body, will determine whether that seed will grow and you will find that spiritual awakening inside oneself. I've even found a song that actually has the word constitution in it. If you think politically about the root word and the associated words with constitution, well, a constitution is made up of constituents. So it's an embodiment of a group of people in a specific area. But what about the constituents of humanity? So the song is called Market Square Hero by Marillion. I found smog at the end of my rainbow. I found my thoughts shoot slowly into phase. Declared the constitution of the walkway. I realized it's time to plan the day, the day, the day. Interestingly, on the final word, the day, is at 44 seconds into the song. Later on in that song, there is a line, silent chimneys provide the silent steeples. It talks about the padlocked factory gates where you're shut out. Think also about that famous quote that it always pointed to. I think it was Hillary Clinton said, we've caused cracks in the dome. Straight away, those that are advocating the whole idea of flat Earth are saying, oh, it's the dome above our heads. Let's go inward with this one. What about your own individual dome, your Sarah Abraham, your cerebrum? What if that was referring to what may be shattered in the mind? Maybe by some coercion or some inducement, taking something foreign into the body? I'll leave you to work that one out for yourselves. Further in that song, it says, I am your Antichrist. Are you following me? Pledge to me defiance. Are you following me? Show to me allegiance, and I will provide your end. Now, all words have double meaning. All sentences have double meaning. Look at the word sentence. Are we referring to a sentence as in a prison sentence, or are we referring to a series of words linked together to form a sentence? As Lana A LaBonte has mentioned recently, I think it was in her last video, if you're only seeing one side of something, if you are not feeling the pain, you are denying the joy. Equally, if you deny the joy, you're only going to feel the pain. It is all about being in balance. And look at the word equals. The equation. Think about Antichrist. I am your Antichrist, for example. We'll give a couple of seconds for all those that hear that in a superficial way to leave. That's bye-bye to all the Christians. Oh, he's the devil. I'll provide your end. What end are we talking about? Are you seeing it as, or are you hearing it as a destruction? Or are you hearing it as in the end, as in finding your transcended self? Just a few ideas there. I'm trying to plant seeds. Now it depends on whether I'm planting them in fertile soil. So it depends what you hear and what you feel inside yourself about these words. That will determine what you feel and what you make of this, but make of it what you will. I think we'll leave that there. I've had a request to explain the letter J. We'll come on to that on the next video. That's opened up quite a hornet's nest. And it may end up being more than one video on this. I have covered about etymology, I have covered about letters, I have talked about the very shape of the letters or the characters. Well, we'll come back to that in the next video. So we'll leave that there, and I'll leave a link to the song Market Square Hero. Bear in mind, the lead singer went by the stage name of Fish. That seems to allude to the Sea King, the sea god, what are you seeking? Just think about that for a minute. Weigh it up inside yourself. Find the equality. Find the equation. Don't just take the superficial. Look deeper. Go within inside yourself. And you may actually find the answer actually is within you. Love to you all.